at 41, about to be 42 years old, what I consider to be hot is not the same as what I considered 20 years ago.
I was about to say, once you've lived enough life, you realize things that once made you hot, it's ice cold.
That's an interesting take.
1, 2, 3.
It all started with real talk, unfiltered, honest, and straight from the heart. Since then, we've gone on to become Webby Award-winning podcasters and New York Times best-selling authors.
Deadass was more than a podcast for us. It was about our growth. A place where we could be vulnerable, be raw.
Pause. But most importantly, be us.
But as we know, life keeps evolving, and so do we. And through it all, one thing has never changed.
This
is Ellis Ever After.
Deadass.
Because we got a lot to talk about.
All right, story time. I'm going to take y'all back to February.
Of this year?
February 2003.
Oh, man.
February 2003. I met this young lady named Kadeen Ellis. All right.
I was about to say, okay, yep. I was about 19. Mm-hmm.
She had just moved into her dorm at Hofstra. And of course, I was attracted to her. Beautiful, long hair, fat booty, you know what I'm saying? Slim waist, pageant queen. I was attracted to all of that, right? But there was this one thing in particular that really, like, made me look at you like, wow, she's different. Well, two things, actually. The first thing was when you made your room, right? Remember when you came there, you made your room, and your room had, like, a little rug. It had little scents.
Yeah, it had a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, you had a little razzle dazzle.
I had to make, before they was doing the dorm room makeovers and whatnot, because them dorm rooms nowadays,
yeah, it's crazy,
are like,
shout out to y'all.
Like, yeah, y'all are doing that, but I was ahead of the time.
But this is what really did it for me. It was your care for things that mattered to me, right? Number one, I needed to register for classes at a certain time because I played football. So those classes had limited space. So you was like, yo, I know what to do. You set up 2 laptops. You put the first 2 classes in, you copy and paste it and put the link in the bars,
for the codes. Yeah.
For the codes. And the minute it went to 12 p.m.,
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
midnight.
You hit it. Bang, bang. And then you switch and did another one. Bang, bang. You was like, yo, babe, I got all your classes.
Yo, that was like a rush for me. Trying to get the classes that we needed with the right professors. Hell yeah.
It was your attention to detail as a woman that really made me say, like, yo, there's something very, very different about you. Outside of all of the physical things, the attention to detail, especially when it came to me, that really, like, warmed my heart and was like, you know what? That shit hot.
She the one, honey.
Yeah. And I got other stories too. You remember the letter you wrote?
Yeah.
Waking up at 3 a.m. to make breakfast. Like, there was so many things that you did that really made me be like, that was hot.
Yeah, we had a good run, Ellis.
We did.
We're having a great run.
We're having a great run, yeah.
We're having a great, I'm not sure when this is going to air, but October 3rd of this year is going to be 23 years.
I know.
Since I backed you.
The Jordan year, baby. Track season over. It only mean one thing. Football season about to start, baby. Jump stop. You get here, you come through, you get to the thing, boom, jump through. We're not moving on from this drill until you do it right. That's the only option to play, boy. Come on, quick feet, get there. Supposed to do this perfect the first time? Sure. No, come around the cone and come negative. This is why we practice. You said you want to play football, right? This is what it takes. Nice. Drop another pass, you owe me 10 push-ups. It's non-negotiable. Nice! Yes, sir! Go, arm action, let's go. Nice! Got him. Nice. I like it. Ain't nobody tracking passes like that. And I'm not saying that because he my son, but he my son.
All right, karaoke time.
Karaoke time.
It's funny, you literally thought of the same song that I thought of because of the word hot. 23
years.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
It's hot in.
Hey, so hot in here. Little bit of
oh, gracious as bodacious, bodacious done this so made it when I right time to take my scene. Oh, and I like I mean nothing. Don't know the words to this song now, but I'm a singer this tone now. Say man, my bad, Nelly.
Let's just go straight to the chorus.
Take off all your clothes.
I am getting so hot. I wanna take my clothes off.
This reminds me of the
was
time when we was getting
that
together.
was definitely around that time. I wonder what year that song
2003,
came out.
2004,
Had to
kinda?
have been.
Was it? That's when Nelly was
Yeah.
like,
And
he
we was
he
getting
went
hot.
diamond. That's when he
Mhm.
was going down, baby, young straight
Get in the Range Rover,
boom,
boom,
boom, baby, young
let it go.
You know, people didn't know that he was talking about busting guns.
Really? I
Yes,
didn't know
because
neither.
he
He
was talking
says
about
street sweeper, and it goes boom, boom over the
Street
street
sweeper,
sweeper.
baby, I'm ready to let it go. Like he was talking about busting.
Dang.
This is one thing people need to realize, right? Because Nelly came out and he had the Band-Aid and the jerseys and all this other stuff, and they thought it was all cute. He from St. Louis,
True.
right? St. Louis at one point was, if not the murder capital, was close to being the murder capital. And he was talking about the same things we go through in our hoods, but he just made it catchy, which is kind of, I'm not going to say kind of dope, but he was telling his story in his way.
In a creative way.
In a creative way, commercial way to sell it. But
yeah.
Shout out to Nelly.
All right, y'all.
Hot 360.
Hot air. All right, y'all. Let's go pay some bills, and we're going to come back and toss it to Tribble for op or no op. And this was your topic today, huh, Trib?
Yep.
Tribble came up with this one, so I'm curious to see what you got to say.
Yeah.
Hot 360. We'll be back, y'all.
I want to do it again.
We can't do that again because we're not touching the dog. What you mean he sleep?
He sleeps.
Wake his ass up.
Who sleep? TJ.
Wake him up. He got to get his hair cut. And he got to work out, so I know. He going to be tired.
No, he got bit.
Yeah, he gonna be tired. That's not my fault, man. He gotta be on top of his game. They know. Who locked it?
Locked?
Locked it. Mimi locked it, probably.
No, Mimi came out of it.
Mimi the most locked it. Come on.
What is this on your shirt?
But for real though, who locked
Been
it?
hanging from your shirt all day.
I just came to the door, so it shouldn't be locked.
Every time I come outside and I go back inside, the door be locked.
Nah,
How y'all like that?
bugs now.
I got bit already, right on my knuckle.
The knuckles be the worst too. The knuckle at the top of the
See,
foot.
there's no sun up. The mosquitoes coming out. Come on now. Just listen, man. You grow up in the country long enough, you know when the mosquitoes coming. Running from them mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. The mosquitoes gonna get you on little mosquito got you right there.
No, don't be putting no mosquitoes on me.
No, you better sit back down before the mosquito get you in your cooter. Don't let the mosquito get you in the cooter now. The mosquito get you in your cooter, you be itching now. You be walking like this. The mosquito got me in the cooter.
All right, and we're back. Let's jump right into op or no op. Everybody got their paddles?
Yeah, I got my paddles.
Where your paddles at?
Oh.
Where them paddles at?
I like how Triple be surprising us now because the op or no op don't be on here, so I can't even read it, which is good though.
I like that.
I like that it's like a natural, like what we got today.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. What we got?
Well, I've been waiting my whole life for this moment.
Oh boy, I'm
since
nervous.
last year.
Okay.
And that last year is the time when I came up with this idea for Hot 360, the dating show.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to know if you guys think this is a good idea. All right?
Okay.
So we talked about this on the after show one time.
Yeah, we
but
did.
Now for the non-Patreon listeners and watchers, you got to hear this. It's the best idea that I've ever come up with. So I decided to use the entire Op or No Op segment for this.
I'm with it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hot 360. Originally, the idea was for a dating show for me because, I mean, my love life is pretty comical already. And might as well be entertained. So
It's like Triple of Love.
yeah, exactly.
Remember Flavor of Love? It's like Triple of Love.
Triple of
And
Love.
that's exactly how I explain it. I'm Flavor Flav in this scenario.
Okay.
And there's contestants, and they're already physically attractive because
Okay.
I do think that in order to be attracted to somebody, you got to first be physically attracted to them. And
Okay.
I
Okay.
like
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
girls.
Okay.
Agreed.
So everybody's super hot.
Okay.
And the game during the show, there's a series of challenges to figure out if these women are hot 360, which means hot all around in other ways. So here's some example challenges.
Okay.
There's a game night with all the girls in the house to see if you're a sore loser or can you have fun even when you're losing.
Mm.
Hot 360.
So you automatically set it up
Yeah.
to where they're gonna be losing
Yeah.
to see how they
To
respond.
see how they respond to
Absolutely.
it.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
But they all hot though. They all
They're
look
all
good.
hot.
So even if she pouting, she's still hot.
No, that's really unattractive to me.
Yeah. See, I like, but the thing is, I like that. That's why I actually like the idea about the show
Mm-hmm.
because it's not about the physical. It's about all the things people don't talk about. They'll watch the show because it's a bunch of physically attractive women. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, we're actually breaking down to see if these women are healed in other ways outside of than just being attractive. I actually like that. They should do a hot 360 for guys too.
What's that gonna look like?
Josh is dating.
What?
What?
No, I'm
Got
not.
him.
Josh's
Josh
face
fucked
looked
up.
crazy
No,
just
I'm not.
now.
Got him.
Anika, stand down, stand down,
it was just a
Anika.
joke. It was
Stand
just a
down,
joke.
stand
But no,
down, my girl.
It was just a joke. The reason why I brought it up is because it was Tribble's idea, and because Tribble loves women, they think it's all about finding if women are hot 360. My point is that this can be attached to anybody for any number of guests to see if the people they are dating are hot, or are you just this person who objectifies who are you trying to date and only like them for being hot? They're not 360. That's why I like the idea. I think it's dope.
I think it's dope. Did you copyright this yet, Tribs?
I should.
You
By the time
should.
this airs, it will be.
You should.
Yeah, by the time this airs, this will be a copywritten idea. This is my IP, so if you try to steal my idea, I'm coming after you.
Period.
Don't just
Okay.
say that because I'm steal it.
Here comes Matt with hot 360. Yo, that would be hilarious if Matt came out with a dating show called Hot 360, just with everything exactly the same.
So
That would be a thing.
that would be some hater shit.
That would be hilarious.
No, that would be on you.
No, that's business.
That would be on you,
I take-
bro.
you gotta
You
tie
out here
it
telling the
up.
world your idea, and it ain't copywritten yet.
He got a different woman
Listen.
who's also a lesbian.
Her
What?
name is Gribble is crazy.
Gribble. Gribble.
And I'm sure she looks like a Gribble too. What does a Gribble look like?
Oh my gosh.
Gremlin-esque, I'm
Now,
sure.
I actually, my op is, I think it actually would be a really good show.
Same.
Think about the shows on Netflix now. Love is Blind. All of these shows are actually talking about the different aspects of relationships, and they
Right.
all have a catch.
Right.
But here's my thing: what would be the catch? Like, what if? How about this? They're all hot, but you can't even see them.
Wow.
You have to date them through a wall.
Oh, like a
Which
Love is
means you
Blind
have to
situation.
learn about them through everything other than how they look. You already know they hot.
Yeah.
Mm.
When
Or
Like
you
they-
can
that.
see all
Like
of
that.
them in the beginning, so she knows that they're all hot.
But I don't
But
know
then
which
when-
one.
But then
But
you
you don't know who
which
you're talking
one.
to.
She don't know who she's talking to.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
That's
insane.
you got to see them.
I
Thanks for
love
adding
it.
to my
Yeah.
idea,
That
Deval.
is literally how to, right? Developing Matt's show right
No,
now.
matter of fact, this is actually good that she. Wait, I think she should see. You want to know why? This is why I think she should see. If she does see them, now we get to break down Tribble because we know which girls are good for her and which aren't based on watching the show.
Mhm.
So now we get to see how she makes her decisions. And does it matter if the girl is chaotic?
Yeah.
Because if
It's
she's so
twofold.
hot and Tribble keeps picking her because she's hot,
Right.
then we see like it only matters.
Tribble likes a
That's
little
From the
trouble.
surface level, yeah.
Tribble likes trouble.
Yeah.
Tribble likes
Hot
trouble.
90. That's what that is.
Hot 90. Hot
That's the
90.
post show. Triple Loves Trouble.
There's the catch though. They also get to judge if I'm hot 360. So when I go at the end to pick who I want to pick, whoever won the challenges, they have the opportunity to say, I don't like how you did this thing.
Oh.
I don't think you're hot
Mm.
360.
So they have. So if you go to pick a certain young woman,
Yeah.
she has the option to be like, you know what, I'm
Oh,
actually
cool.
off this trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really feeling you like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would
do
hurt
like
my
that.
feelings so bad, which is what I'm kind of dating for anyway, it seems like at this point, for hurt feelings.
For you just dating for her feelings.
Yeah, that's how.
Well, I have a question though, because I mean we're all heading towards the 4th floor. Some of us are already here.
I'm already established, honey. I moved in,
so
honey, and I'm
far.
comfortable.
More years.
But,
My-
you
I
got
am
6 more?
comfortable.
Well, I'm
Dang,
interested
Matt.
though. When y'all consider hot, like what do y'all consider hot?
Mm.
Because it changes. Me and Matt were talking about this. No, me and Josh were talking about this last night, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different variables to hotness, right? And what you consider to be hot changes annually or seasonally.
And I wonder if that makes it difficult for people who are in committed relationships, because what if the person that was hot for you once is not hot to you anymore?
So let's get
Like, how
into
does
it.
that work?
That's what we're talking about.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Sounds like we're in a conundrum.
It is.
Mm.
So let me ask you a question, baby. What
Mm-hmm.
what things outside of looks
Mm-hmm.
now at over 40,
Uh-huh.
over 40.
Say it. It's okay. I'm proud.
Okay, you'll be 42.
Yeah, I will be in December.
What things now matter more in your 360 realm that didn't matter before? Or you
Ooh.
found out now that you're in a committed relationship for this long time?
Yeah. One thing that I absolutely love to see, and I think this is not just something that you've exhibited, but I like to see it in men in general, as I'm like having friends and peers who are some married, some looking to be married again.
Mm-hmm.
A man with a plan, like a
Just
man.
a plan.
Yeah, a man who has ambition and who has drive and
Mm-hmm.
has a vision, who wants to work with someone to build. That's super attractive. And it's funny because, yeah, I could have said that that's something I wanted early on with you and I.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're kind of in it in your 20s, you're not really sure where things are going to go. But
Yeah.
here in hindsight, I see the value in that, in having somebody with a plan. Also stability. Stability, that may be a portion or like a byproduct of a plan, but
Mm-hmm.
I definitely value, a guy who can provide some level of stability and protection
Mm-hmm.
for me. What else? I'm trying to think outside of like the physical things. Someone who's okay with just calm, like calm and
Peace.
quiet. Peace.
That was the number one thing me and Josh said last night.
Peace. Like just value, like we can just be at peace with
Yeah.
each other, with our life, with the process, with the journey, knowing that, okay, at least we're locked in together and we're doing this together. So that sense of like calm in a crazy world is definitely invaluable now.
That was a change for both me and Josh. We talked about it last night. It was like, what would you think would be the first thing as a man? And we both was just like, peace. Finding a young lady that is healed
Mm-hmm.
and knows herself well enough that she doesn't always choose the hard way when things can be easy. For
Mhm.
example, when we were in our 20s, and I'll speak for myself, when you're in your 20s and you see that girl and she's pretty and she got everything, y'all get into a little fight and she a little feisty, you're like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like the little fight, a little tussle, we gonna make up later. Now at 40, you like, man, why
Yeah,
do
I'm good
we
on
got to
that.
tussle?
Yeah.
I don't want to, we don't have to raise our voices at all,
At all.
in this conversation.
At
You know
all.
what I'm saying?
At all.
Like you
Yep.
reach a point where that's not only is it not hot, it's not even attractive.
Right.
Like when you out somewhere and you see, like for me, if I see a beautiful woman and there's somewhere at a restaurant, she could be with her friends or with someone, and then she's getting loud
She a firecracker.
and she's a firecracker. She arguing, nah.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, in my 20s, I'd have been like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I want to tame that.
Yeah.
I want to tame
Yeah.
that. Now it's like, it's like I'm not.
You realize
I'm-
you
Right.
detoxified yourself,
True.
right? Because that was
Over
always
years,
a
you
bad
mean?
thing. A firecracker was always a bad thing.
That's a good point. You
And
detoxified
it's
yourself.
you that's changing yourself to
That's me
Yeah.
growing up and becoming
That is
better. It
you
really
growing
has
up.
nothing to do with the young lady. It's
Yeah.
everything that's a good point.
Meaning something that once did it for you,
no
you've
longer.
become self-aware enough to know now that this
Yeah.
is not for me or
Oh,
not
she
good.
feisty. I like that.
Detoxification is actually a
That's
good
probably
thing.
maturity.
Yeah, it's to say you detoxified yourself is because think about it. That's what we saw growing up,
Mhm.
and we aspired to as love, right? I grew up and I loved Baby Boy. I watched that movie so many times. So when I watched them fight, I just thought that was a natural part of the love progression. Yeah, people gonna fight, y'all young, and then when you get older, you realize that you don't have to do that in order. This is another thing we said we value, other than just being healed. Learning how to communicate effectively is so hot, right? Like for me, a young woman who can sit down and say exactly what they want, what they need, what they require, not be off put, but also take criticism or take my opinion and not be offended that my opinion may be different than hers. That's attractive to me.
Mm.
Oh, we can have a conversation and no one can get offended and no one will be oh my God, like that to me is attractive.
I'll take
Baby,
it a
we
step
had to work on
further.
that. 'Cause
Sorry, go ahead, Kay.
I was gonna say, baby, we had to work on that because I was not always that girl that was
Y'all communication was rough
wanting
early.
to communicate, and not for
was.
lack of like wanting to just like see eye to eye with you, or at least to come to some sort of like agreement or understanding. It was just like I didn't know how to
Well,
effectively
neither one
communicate,
of us knew
so.
how to. That wasn't even just a you thing. It's just older now, working on myself and knowing
Mhm.
now how I can better communicate. It's important to me that my partner also knows to communicate. Like that's also part of the healing and the peace part of it.
Right.
Like just tell me exactly what you want, what you
Right.
need, what you require. We don't have to play the games. You don't have to throw out a little fishing rod and see if I can catch the hook. No, tell me directly what it is you want out of life. Like that to me is hot. If you can
Yeah.
eloquently express that,
Yeah,
I think that's
Direct.
dope.
it's tough to be
That's
direct,
hot.
especially if you feel slighted in a way. Like if
Mhm.
you're teeter-tottering on conflict, a lot of people will, instead of saying what's upsetting them, they'll, start being petty, start being mean to you. I don't like that. I like for somebody to be like, hey, I don't like that you just did that. and they don't, because you got to learn how to trust yourself that you're picking the right person to get what you want out of your relationship, and to trust that your partner is going to hear you and respond to you in a way that's loving too.
Who this sound like? Oh, you can't say it on here. One of my prototype kids who's in college has a girlfriend. And he calls me once in a while, yo, Coach DeVal, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. So I told him last year, I think this is literally what I told him. I said, that young lady has her own things going on in her life, right? She has to focus on. You keep chasing after her, there's going to come a point where, because y'all lives are not working in synergy, where y'all going to clash, right? He calls me 2 days ago. I'm over this. She being petty. She being petty with her car.
With her car.
With her car.
I said, what? She's being petty with her car. Yeah, because I got practice and she got practice.
You hear yourself, sir?
Bro,
Right.
it's her.
I'm
How
trying
can
to-
somebody even be petty with their own
With
car?
something
It's
they
her.
own.
You have no entitlement to that car, bro.
Yeah.
And he's
It
just
sounds like you need a car, bruh.
He's like, so what am I supposed to do? We're supposed to be a team. I said, well, first of all, I told you 2 years ago or a year ago. She has her own thing going. You have your own things going. You need to focus. Unless y'all things work in synergy. For example, we worked together. She wasn't an athlete.
Right.
So at
Because I was
times,
going to say,
right, when I
the
had
advice is
athletic stuff
different.
and I was like, yo, let me borrow your car.
right.
Kay was like, here. Or Kay would change her plans because she could in order to give me her car.
Mm-hmm.
This young lady's an athlete too. She can't change her plans,
Right.
bro. Like, and the fact that you are even coming to her with this
It's inconsiderate.
is super inconsiderate.
Right.
And it's also just like very childish, bro.
Yeah, childish.
You're not bringing no peace to her.
Mhm.
And I said, and she's not bringing no peace to you because y'all can't figure it out. But that's a perfect example. Now, this girl who was so hot to him because she won't give him her car when he wants it. So this actually goes back to what Josh was talking about, how things can change and how you can detoxify yourself, right?
Mhm.
What he thought was hot. She's an athlete. He's an athlete. This is going to work, right? Immediately became unhot to him when he couldn't get exactly what he wanted out of his version of the life he wanted to create for himself.
Is that just selfishness?
It is selfishness, but let's be real, right? You only get one life, right? The first thing I said was communication. Tell me exactly what you want, need, and require from me so I can decide if that's something I want to try to contribute to,
Mhm.
right? He should have been as honest too to say, hey, I need to borrow your car in these days, right? And you say that in the beginning and you say, yo, this is what I need and require and y'all can come to terms, cool. But when it's like, yo, we both athletes, we can work together. But secretly, it's like, I'm going to need them car 4 days a week. And then now it's like,
That's
nah,
a
you
red
can't
flag for
have
her.
it. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
She needs to run.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying? It is a red flag for her because he wasn't being honest at all.
Right.
Absolutely a red flag for her. And that's what I told him. Like, yo, you call her petty for not giving you
Mhm.
her car.
But meanwhile,
which
you
is
the
like
fuck boy.
the corniest thing ever. Right? It's like the corniest thing. But what it also showed him is that like dating an athlete for him is not hot. That's what I'm saying. It was hot to him. Yo, she an athlete too, like me. And then the minute things ain't working, like this ain't cool.
That's not what you
Mhm.
You know
really
how often we see that with people,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? I want someone who's just as driven as me. I want someone who's just as vocal as me. I want someone just as committed. Until that person can't do what you need for you done because
Mhm.
they're working on themselves, then it's like, yeah, it was hot from far.
Well, didn't you have a moment like that with us? Because you said the main thing that attracted you to me non-physically was the
Yes.
fact that I had ambition, that I was,
Yes.
competitive, that I was doing all the things, right?
Yes.
So you realize after a while, when I got busy, maybe I wouldn't be able to be there for you as much as you needed. And then reverse, when I then kind of took a step back, for example, moved to Michigan, said I
Mhm.
would take some time off after grad school and didn't necessarily have that ambition anymore. Did you lose a little bit of attraction to me because you were like, damn, you're not the
Let me
person that
explain
I
something to you. I
I
could
felt
never
like-
lose attraction to you. Like let me just make that clear.
not the physical,
No,
but just
but
from the drive perspective. You were like, because at one point you did say, "Damn, Kay, like you don't seem to
Absolutely.
want the same things that you wanted when I met you."
absolutely.
And I'm like, well, I don't necessarily have to do that right now. And also, you need this. You need me to be here for you in this moment.
Absolutely. And that goes to what we talked about before. Like things change seasonally. At one point, I was like, yo, I think I need Kay to be here. Right? And then you were there all the time. And I was like, man, I liked Kay better when Kay was
Had something to do.
Well, yeah, when
Yeah.
she was like running after something, right? And
Right.
then when you were running after something, it was just like, hey man, where's my baby?
Yeah.
Then you come home, we have a bunch of kids, and then you get tired of being home, and I'm enjoying you being home, but then you go out and you start working again, and I'm like, dang,
That was us this year.
That's
and I
what
had to
I'm
go to film.
That's the seasonal part of it.
Yeah.
Like what you think
Just
is
thought about
hot
that.
changes depending upon where you are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why sometimes you got to give your partner grace. But also, like Josh saying, detoxify yourself. Find out from you, what do you need so that you can share that. Like Matt just said, you kind of a fuck boy if you don't want to tell somebody what you need and require up front and you trying to get it on the low. And then you call that person petty
Right.
for not giving you what you never expressed you needed from the very beginning. That's very
Scheming,
childish.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a scheming. You know, it is. It is.
Yeah. He just had to say, I need your car from jump.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of the criteria.
And he needed to detoxify himself and so that he knows that that's something that you need to tell people.
Well,
like,
does detoxification come with age, Josh?
Hell yeah, it's maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think you realize at a certain age that some things that you liked just ain't it no more, and it's childish. There's a great quote in the Bible.
You about to
When I
preach on
was
train?
young, huh? Yeah,
About to preach on train?
yeah, I'm about to preach.
Come on now.
Um,
Come on,
come on,
Pastor
come
when
on.
I was
Wayne.
young,
come on.
I did young things.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm a man, I put away childish things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
So
Yes.
I think it's important to realize that you are now a man, and your age dictates that you do certain things differently than when you were a child. Same thing is when you're in a relationships. And when you're in relationships, the things that you wanted and served you when you were a child, they should no longer serve you to that extent as a man. That's just my
deep.
opinion.
That's deep, but that is
Yeah.
very true though. So here's what we did learn about Hot 360, right? As you mature and you detoxify yourself from the things that you think you want, then what you think is hot changes.
But no,
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's you think you want the things that you wanted, right?
Okay,
and the things
fair.
that you
Try what
actually
think
That's
you
fair.
want.
because you needed those things.
In
and
those
sometimes
moments,
you
yeah.
need those things to realize that you actually don't need those things later on in life.
So how about the things you want that are not good for you? Once you detoxify yourself, then you start to realize that I no longer want them things because they're not good for me.
Yeah.
I thought they were good for
Or maybe they were good in that moment.
They were good in that moment.
They
I
were good
say
in that
that
moment.
more than
me.
anything
Were they
else.
ever good though? Like say you arguing with a chick and y'all fighting, but you think this is what love is. That was never good for
For
you.
some people, that is love.
No.
Yeah,
But it was
I-
never good for you.
But
And I
you
think-
can't learn unless you go through it, sometimes.
Yeah. You might be like, yeah, I like that makeup joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just argue so we can do that.
There's a lot of people like,
like you said,
Mhm.
D. Remember you said Baby Boy was sort of like this sort of thing that you liked, or not
Yeah.
that you liked, but the toxic environment. Probably what you liked about it was the aftermath, like arguing, and then the makeup after it is what drove you. Like I love that passion of making up after an argument. It's not the argument. Nobody likes to argue,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
It is what comes out of it. Connection, closeness, the
Right. Right.
the
Yeah, that
sexual
intimacy.
tension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that comes in
Yeah.
after that.
Right.
Maybe that's part of the attraction that you like. It's not necessarily the road to get there, but the final outcome is what I see will be the benefit out of it. Because I'll be honest with you, makeup sex is probably the craziest sex that you can
Yeah.
ever have.
Yeah.
With getting aggression out and
In a loving
fulfill
way.
yourself.
Yes. No,
Right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
No, you're right.
Absolutely.
I actually know
Absolutely.
someone who like her standard for staying with this one person was the fact that he was always getting into like fights with people. They would go out and he was like tough, and then sometimes she had to jump in, and then they like got off on like going home and talking about the fight they just had like collectively.
It's crazy.
And then that spiraled into him
Brooklyn
now
love
like
story.
yeah.
That's a
That
Brooklyn
is
love story.
crazy.
And literally that spiraled into him then having like several babies with several women, and I was
also,
like,
she
this
could get
is
mad.
right, so that she could get mad, so they could do it again.
With
And
a
then
makeup.
she's pulling up on other women, and it's like a whole thing, and it's like they're devising plans, and then now she's like in cahoots with the other girl to catch him with another girl, and I'm just like, you like this,
They like
don't
chaos.
you?
You have to like it.
You have to like this, but then you fast forward, she finds a guy because she's like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So she finds a guy who's doting over her, taking care of her and her child, at her beck and call, walking the straight and narrow, has a plan. And what she said, the nigga boring.
That's how she gonna leave you.
After
He's
all that, of course he
boring.
boring.
That's why I was saying there's nothing good that can come out of
Yeah.
existing in that toxic
You ain't got no
place between-
gunshot
And then
wounds.
she literally would pick apart, like, look at the way he's standing. You see how his foot is facing this way. I was like,
He gonna get beat
wait,
up.
what? Like, you start to then pick
He's
apart.
not even in 3-point stance.
He wasn't hot.
He not even
360.
He
ready to
wasn't
fight.
hot 360.
He wasn't hot
He was
360.
giving hot about 90 because there was just certain things that she said. And I said, is that what we're really like? You literally were in gun battles and that turned you on.
It's a Brooklyn love
But then
story,
she
baby.
fast forward, here we are about 25 years since that. And now she's with, someone
Boredom.
a little more stable. Yeah, someone a little more boring.
But I mean, we all need to grow up and mature, right?
Mhm.
Like, is there an age really where you decide, like, you know what, now this is the point where I'm done maturing? No, I honestly hope 5 to 10 years from now, I'll listen to these podcasts and go back and be like, damn, I've grown from then.
Yep.
Because I
For
listened
sure.
to the podcast from before and be like, I've grown from then.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to get stuck and just be like, I've matured. I've met my maximum maturity.
I've
And-
plateaued.
Right, I plateaued.
You
in
don't want
maturity.
that.
I respect older men now. Well, I've always respected
You
them
understand them, I think,
I
right?
do definitely
I understand older
understand.
women.
because I say, like, people can tell you about life, but when you've lived 4, 5, 6 decades, 7 decades, you have a perspective because you've seen so many things so many times. And sometimes you stay quiet because you like them young people never going to get it.
Mhm.
But when an older person decides they're going to speak on something, I'm going to listen.
It's true.
I am.
It's absolutely true. I see. It's almost like a sense of like peace or calm that I noticed with the
Mhm.
generation before us, and even just people in our generation now, as we're like getting into
Yeah.
our 40s or people a little older than me.
Yeah.
There's definitely this sense of like, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I'm not trying to convince you. This
Mhm.
is who I am.
Yeah.
And that's why there's been, I was reading an article recently that there's been like an influx of people either delaying getting married or remarrying well into their 50s and 60s, because at that point they feel like they are who they are. And if you meet someone and have a
Yeah.
genuine connection at that phase in life, it's like, oh, we could ride off into the sunset together because I'm accepting you for who you are fully and wholly.
Yeah.
And you're probably done a couple hot 360, hot 360, what I want to say, hot 360 sessions in order to
Sessions.
get to where you are now. So I completely understand.
But you know what I'm realizing, listening to us talk about this? Hot 360 is more about knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Than
Mm.
It's
knowing
100%
what- you know
about
what I'm
yourself.
I
saying?
hear the same thing.
That's because all we keep coming back is to yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can blame someone else for not being hot, but it's like, is it
I-
really them or is it you?
I mean, the foundation is probably yourself,
Yeah.
right? And everything that you desire, but damn it, I can't control if you don't look good. You know what
So
I'm
let me
saying?
ask a question. Here's a question. Would y'all say someone else is hot 350, right? Which means they got everything. They just not attractive.
That's not
No,
350. my brother.
well, yeah.
But then
'cause-
that's not hot.
So then what
You
is
just
it?
Right.
300?
You just
How much?
350.
How much does
You
the
cannot
hot-
be attractive and get to the 300.
So,
Well-
okay. So it's not you can't get to the 300.
No.
Sorry. You
Well,
can't-
you
because
can
you
350
have to
like
be
the oven.
attracted to them. Like they
Yeah.
don't
That's
have
what
to
I
be.
mean.
They don't have to be attractive to everybody, but I gotta be attracted to you.
That's what I'm not talking because this is another thing. Attractiveness is not monolithic.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying to you, Tribble, is she got everything,
No,
but she's not attractive to you.
no.
Other people could think she's attractive, but to you, you not
No.
even.
I
How
agree.
would-
I'm not
how
doing
do
it
you-
either.
I'm in agreement with you.
I
I've
agree.
been called
I'm not doing
shallow
that
for
either.
that,
Nah.
but I'm in agreement with you.
Call me shallow.
Hey, I like who I like.
But you know what?
I would
You know
like what I
what? I
want.
have dated somebody who I don't think is attractive.
Mhm.
But I maybe thought she was attractive at the time. And I do think that sometimes attractiveness does grow from, companionship and
Mhm.
liking somebody if you really take the chance to get to know them. So I won't say a hard no.
So like
Okay.
growing on you type of thing. So
Yeah.
someone who may be like, okay,
Because if they have all the traits, you're gonna start looking cute. Like if you're being hella considerate,
right.
if you're fun to be around, you make me
Mhm.
laugh, you smell good,
Matt
you got
shaking
clean
his
house.
head. You listen stuff and Matt's like, mm-mm.
Yo,
Why is that a hard
You
no
still
for
not
you,
to
Matt?
be-
You're not attractive.
yo, so
Y'all see my wife. Sorry.
What?
No.
I'll
Shout
tell you,
out
you
to
want attractive,
Krista.
you want
one thing I
attractive.
want to say is attractiveness isn't always physical appearance. That's number one, right?
That's exactly.
Okay.
Attractive isn't always physical appearance. Now, I will say, I personally cannot be with someone who is not at least physically attractive. That's probably like the first thing. Like I'm looking at you and I gotta like what I see.
In order
right?
to approach.
In
That's
order
why I
to
don't
do
understand.
anything.
I agree.
But
Okay.
and I've tried it too. I've tried going out with girls, and like even if they have their body, like their body's nice, and like their face isn't just, it's not good.
Yeah.
I've tried, and I walk behind you. I'm like, damn, you look good. Then I get to the front and I look at you. I'm like, Jesus, you don't look good. So I know I cannot do it without the physical attraction. But there are things when women go through like pregnancy and physical appearance isn't what it was before. I still think that there are attractive qualities that will draw you to the person. And even if you were a 4 when I met you and you're a 12 now, I still can be physically attractive to you. And I don't think the physicalness and the looks matter as much as me being and why I was attracted to you in the first place.
This is my thing. I don't think attractiveness is universal. I don't think there's one thing we can say this is attractive, this ain't attractive,
Agreed.
right? But what I'm saying is when someone chooses someone that they're attracted to, right? Right? What if that person has everything that we said, but the only thing, just that only thing, because we talking about Hot 360, and it's just
I mean,
can y'all?
I feel like
I'm
this is
honestly
setup.
saying no.
If they have,
I'm honestly saying I can't. Like
I
that's
can't.
what
I would
lead
say
with.
I would say maybe. I think it. Somebody can grow on me if they treat me well. I
We
feel
can
like it could
maybe
be
do
different
something
for
else.
men.
Call me shallow.
Well, we not
Call me
dating.
shallow.
Yeah,
Matt
you
is like,
know.
we can go to the gun range or something. We can go bumper cars, but we
Do
ain't
y'all
doing
think
nothing
this is
else.
gender specific? Do y'all think
I was gonna
women-
say I think it might be easier as a woman who dates women because, the how you date each other is a little bit different. Like this ugly girl might be very considerate. She might take me on nice dates. She might be paying my bills or something where I'm like, wow, you cute
Love
as
you
hell.
down.
The way you just send me that Zelle, payment for my rent. that
was attractive?
That was sexy.
That was
Yeah.
attractive?
But a woman maybe wouldn't do that for a man. So it
Right.
could be
What?
that.
Women do that all the time for men.
I said maybe.
I don't even think you need to put maybe in that.
I agree.
Women do that
There are
all
a
the
lot of
time
women
with
who are
men.
taking care of dudes. That's what they're complaining about.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
get this nigga my
And
car.
probably
Yeah.
He let him stay at my house.
Prime example was Homeboy we were talking about
we
earlier.
talked about this the other night. Like seriously, we talked about this the other night, and I was just like, yo, there is a thing going around for people. It isn't gender specific, but there are people who know that they can fuck their way through life,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's just like
Men and women.
men and
Yeah.
women. If I fuck this person, they'll let me stay at their house. If I fuck this person, they'll let me drive their car, right?
Mhm.
And then in their mind, it's a barter. Like, yo, I'm doing this for you,
Right.
but even that person may not even find the other person attractive.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing it because they want something. My thing is like, if you're building your life out, it can't be transactional. What you do for me, right? There has to be a deeper connection, right? Like for me, it's not just about attractiveness. There's also a physiological connection. There are some beautiful women who I've been around who just don't like do it for me.
Mhm.
Like they're gorgeous,
Yeah.
they're beautiful women, but I don't know
Absolutely.
if it's the smell, if it's the aura, if it's the essence. I'm just not
cool.
attracted.
Yeah.
There's
I
also
just,
like
you know,
sex and sex appeal, right? So
Yes.
you look at somebody and it's just like, man, this man, for example, may not in the face, be a 10 for me, but there's something sexy about him.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who are like super attractive, but
Mhm.
then it's just like you have the sex appeal of a potato,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So
I know
this-
what you mean.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Where
Yeah.
it's very specific to the person.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like the way that somebody carries themselves, it makes a lot of a difference too.
Mhm.
Like if you're unattractive to me, like you can't be unattractive to yourself because then that's gonna affect the way that you carry yourself. Like if you think you're fine, you got a great personality. I'm more attracted to somebody's personality than I am their looks, maybe, and the way they carry themselves, their sex appeal. So maybe
we might be changing your mind over here, Trib.
Well, we all have to see the person you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because
You know?
confidence has so much to do with it. We know somebody who, by most people's standards, I'm sure if they saw him, be like, oh, not really. He was a little on the shorter side,
Can't
But
tell
his-
him nothing.
his personality
can't
and
tell
his
him nothing.
confidence, and then the women he used to pull,
Oh my God.
you know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
I do know, but
And I was just like, but how? And then I'm looking at the women and I'm questioning them like, girl,
well,
seriously?
I know why he used to pull them. He used to pull them because of proximity, right? We used to all be around at the time. We were all in the NFL, and you know what I'm saying.
So if those
It
women are
was-
coming to like your section,
Right.
then but he was like the loudest of the bunch and he was the smallest in the bunch.
I
but
would-
it's like the girls
Some
loved
girls
his
are
aura.
attracted to that. Yeah.
They are, and some girls are not attracted to, like you said, physical appearance. They're attracted to aura. They're attracted to the
Yeah.
ability to
Yeah, like
provide
his
something.
vibrato. Like it was
Right.
just a presence that he had. And I was like, he can have all the presents he
See-
wants, and I still wouldn't give him the time of day.
But that's why I
But-
wonder too, with like, is it gender specific? Because even Tribble was just like, you know what? If you can do something for me, that may show me that you're attractive, right? Like if you're gonna pay this rent, I might be attracted to you. For dudes, sometimes, well, I can't even say it's not for dudes sometimes, because dudes be laying down with chicks who sometimes I'll be looking
All
at,
the time.
and I'll be like, yo, why would you lay down with her? And then I'm like, oh, I see.
Mhm.
I see you drive her car. Like, but that never lasts though.
Ever.
That's the thing. And when
Yeah.
you don't have that spark,
Mhm.
that means it's just transactional.
Right.
So it can't last if there isn't that initial, like,
Baby, and I'm gonna tell you that spark and that physical attraction has saved Val and I several
Yeah.
times in 23 years, because there were
Yeah.
moments where he and I were literally on the brink of, you know what?
yeah, this ain't
I
it.
ain't about to do all this.
Yeah, this
And then I looked at him and he looked at me and I was like, all right, well,
One
yeah.
more time.
one more time.
yeah, it was,
One more
yeah.
time. One
Yeah.
time for the road. And then here we are still, you
I
know? So
We've been
that's
it be a
something
lot
that,
More time.
more times for the road.
hey, call it shallow, call it what it is, but it's just something. He's just my person. He does it for me. Like I would hope that everybody finds their person that does it for them.
Yeah.
So that way, in the midst of the storm, at least you have that to help get you through some of them difficult times.
Got another question. Is there something someone can have, a quality that someone can have, that it don't matter what's going on, that quality is the reason why you stay? Or that quality is the reason why, I know what that
Or the reason why
quality
you
is
go?
for me. Or you know what? I was thinking hot 360. So
Okay,
what's
so yeah.
what is a quality that's like, this quality is keeping me here?
Mm-hmm. Not physical per se.
It could be
It
physical.
could be physical.
It could be physical. It could be anything. I know what mine is.
I think it would be the way they communicate. I'm a huge personality person, and if you're dedicated to your own healing and you know how to communicate,
I like that one.
and we can talk through
It brings peace.
whatever's going on, yeah.
Mhm.
I like that.
Hmm.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Trying to
like
think
that
what my one thing would be that one.
I guess it's because it's similar to what mine would be, because mine was loyalty. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
mine is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what me and Kay are going through. I know we can sit down and figure it out together.
Yeah.
That to me can trump everything. Like that's why I always thought Kay was attractive. Even when she was pregnant, postpartum, she had gained. How much weight you had gained with Jackson?
I was my heaviest with Dakota,
With
actually. I was like 181.
Right?
Yep.
None of that ever mattered to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was the fact that we could sit down and figure anything out together that always made her attractive. Because I felt like I had somebody who got me regardless of what I'm going through. And there
Mhm.
was no look that can, you know what I'm saying? I remember when Kay was losing all her hair because she had just had babies back to back and her hair was thinning up in here. And she was like, "Deval, man, you look at my hair." And to be honest, it didn't matter to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how things change in a person physically? I love Kadeen because she has this long, full hair that goes all the way down to her back. And they had to come a point where she was like, "Babe, I might have to cut it.
Shave that whole joint
Shave,
off.
yeah, man, shave that shit off. I don't give a you know
I'm
what I'm
almost
saying?
there again, y'all. Oh, shit.
But that was something for me when I was young
Yeah.
that I was like, I could never be with a woman who has short hair. That was a thing that until you meet that person that is hot 360, it's
It
like,
won't matter.
it don't
Yeah.
matter.
doesn't
Bald
matter.
hair, short hair,
Yeah.
gain weight, like,
Yeah.
And that's why I said attraction is not necessarily physical. Or sorry,
Mhm.
not physical, but
Yeah.
looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's
True.
deeper things that you like and
Right.
you love about a person that would consider them hot 360.
Yeah. That mutual respect too. I think that's what kind of surfaces for me. It's like regardless of what's happening, what's going on, what we're dealing with in that moment, respect is big for me.
yeah.
Like knowing that regardless of anything, you still see me as a person, you value me as a human, you value me as your partner,
yeah.
and you're not going to attempt to disrespect me in the midst of everything.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with loyalty too.
Yeah, I was gonna say those two.
Yeah.
they tie
Or like,
together.
yeah, those are big for me.
Work ethic. I watch you get on that treadmill and run when you don't feel like it. I watch you go out and work when you didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like watching someone work hard for the things they want in life to me is like that gets you a high 500. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, because that's my partner. Like we gotta be in life together. And if you got somebody who every time you turn around, that person's just like, "Oh, man, I don't feel like it. Life sucks." And it's like you're not even trying to work. I like the work ethic to me is another one.
Mhm.
Loyalty, communication, work ethic. We getting down to some good ones to build a high 360. We gonna find Triple a nice young lady.
Yes.
Communication, loyalty, work ethic. She got to be hot.
Yeah.
I was mentioning earlier active listening as a part
Active
of communication.
Ooh,
listening,
active
yes.
listening is big.
I think one of the most attractive things is a person that can be your proxy when you're not there. And literally everything I told you, you've understood it and you're able to regurgitate that or communicate that to anyone else that, you might need to. So for me personally, just like listening to me makes me know that you are, or actively listening to me and being able to identify what my issue is or my feelings or my desires or whatever, that is beyond attractive to me.
You know what's become attractive to me? And it's because I've self-corrected and I guess I detoxified myself. Accountability.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it has become so
Yes.
attractive to me. And I have been more recently trying to not just take accountability, but then implement the changes necessary to make sure that I'm doing the things that I need to get done for you.
Give yourself more credit.
And
Don't
that
say
has
try.
made me.
Don't say try.
No,
You
I
have been doing that.
I say
Don't
try
give
because
yourself
I've
more
tried
credit.
in the past and then haven't been consistent.
Okay, fair. That's fair. But
Right?
you've been doing it though.
Right. But more recently, I'm just like, man, there's like a sexiness behind being accountable, saying, you know what, I haven't been showing up the way I should in certain areas or whatever the case may be. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to make this change and I'm going to show you that I can do it because I want to do it, not because you asked. And that's been something more recently for me that I've been finding to be so attractive. Is like taking accountability for, the things that I might have let go or the things that maybe I wasn't showing up 100% in and being more mindful about it. And it's actually kind of put me in a better place of like structure and discipline. And it was a challenge for me to be able to show up, not just for you, but for
Why was it?
myself, for my
Talk-
kids in
talk
this
about
space.
that. Why that was a little bit of a challenge for you at first.
I think growing up, there is always this pressure, and it could just be the firstborn daughter,
Yeah.
being the oldest, knowing how strong of a woman my mom is, so that she was trying to, of course, raise strong
Mhm.
women, right? And my sister and I, that this pursuit of this level of perfection that I felt like I was never going to attain in every aspect of my life kind of just allowed me, I think it allowed me, or it gave me permission to be like, you know what? I can kind of not give 100% because it may not turn out perfect anyway.
Mm.
And once I realized that there really is not this level of perfection that I need to aspire towards,
Yeah,
it's about
I
really
get
just getting it done,
I get
right?
it.
And I realized how procrastination also was impeding my progress.
So wait, one question. Do you feel like having to be perfect or feeling like you had to be perfect was the reason why you avoided accountability? Because if you take accountability, now I'm no longer perfect and the game is over.
Absolutely.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that was the revelation I had recently for myself. And I think that's why I was able to self-correct now and self-correct in areas that in the past I might have had problems with. But now I'm like, wow,
The reason
that was
why
it all along.
I say that's nuts is because I see Jackson.
Mm.
Matt, you be down here, right?
Mhm.
I ask Jackson all the time, why did you make that decision? And he'll just stare at me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I want to know why you made the decision so we could talk about it. And then he'll finally come around to talk about it. And I'm just like, well, why didn't you just say that? And he's like, because I knew if I did something wrong. And then I'm like, and then what? You're 14. Like,
Mm-hmm.
then he was just like, I just want to be perfect like you and mom. And I'm like, Dad, y'all sound like the same
Mm-hmm.
exact person.
And here I am. I don't think we put that kind of pressure on him as parents because I know how it was a detriment to me growing up or even in my adulthood. But it's funny that I think him just seeing us now that he's
Yeah.
old enough to witness his parents doing great things and having progress in life that he didn't realize at one point, like, this wasn't the case. Like, we had to work through, we had to fail. We're still failing and figuring things
figuring it
out.
yeah.
But you can
Yeah.
see how intimidating it is for a 14-year-old. So I would never want to put that kind of pressure on him. And I don't think we did per se. Maybe it was just a pressure that he's put on himself based off
Yeah.
of the standard he's seen his parents set.
Yeah, I could take a little bit of accountability for that. I did put pressure on Jack.
Yeah.
I didn't know better when I
Yeah.
was young.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was going to affect him. Seeing now how I'm a lot like your mom, putting
Mhm.
that pressure on him can create the
Oh my
same
God.
things
Yes.
that
You're absolutely
your
right.
mom
You're
put
almost
into
like,
you.
because you and my mom have a lot of those similar traits.
Both
yeah.
firstborn,
Yeah.
both have responsibility of all
You're
of our
doing
siblings.
to him what my mom did to me.
Yeah, and that's why I said,
Oh,
oh wow.
Oh, shit.
No, I
Here we
seen
are
it.
detoxifying.
No, when you just said
seriously.
that, it really hit me. I'm not joking.
I was gonna ask,
oh,
when did you come
shoot.
to that revelation?
What's up?
I was gonna ask, when did you you see that?
When she just said, it was just I felt like I had to be perfect. And I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to Jackson right now. And then it hit me, wow, your mom made you feel like you had to be perfect. So in order to be perfect, I'm avoiding accountability because the minute I say I did something wrong or admit that I did something wrong, I'm no longer perfect.
I'm no longer perfect. Yeah.
And then I had asked Jackson during track season, remember? I was like, why you feel like you got to be perfect? It's the same conversation. And then I realized, shoot, I'm Mimi because I have things I want for my children. So I push them in a way where it almost feels shameful if you don't push yourself the way I'm pushing you.
And it's only coming from a place of, as a parent, you kind of can foresee the road, right?
Yeah.
And you just want to do everything that you can, not to coddle them, but to also direct them, right? That's our job as parents.
Yeah.
So my mom meant no malice at all in any of it. And she did because of the way she was and raised me and my sister specifically. We are the women who we are today because of it. So I'm grateful for that. But then in the back of my mind, I'm always just like, man, the progress that I probably could have had, I didn't have because I was just so afraid to even try sometimes. It's just like, I don't really want that because I was afraid of not being perfect at it.
Well, in detoxifying, you realize that. And you've made changes. And I ain't gonna lie, it is definitely attractive, bro. When you come and use like, not when you come and it's attractive too. Very different conversation. But no, when you be like, you know what, babe, I handled that wrong. I should do this. I should have did this. That was my mistake. This is my favorite thing. Let me make that up to you. That's something that you used to never say. They used to always be like, I didn't do it wrong.
Right. I would find a reason as to why.
Like, that's on you.
Yep.
That is very attractive and that goes back to active listening. Josh, man, you know what you need to do? You need to coach Tribble through Hot 360. You came up.
I could be a relationship
You can be
coach.
the expert.
Yeah,
You did come up with a lot of good points. I ain't even gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I got you, Trev.
You did come up with a lot of good
Step
points.
one.
Listen,
Shave.
we can be part of the communals.
My legs are
We can do all
smooth.
the things.
Did you hear him, Tribble?
Yeah, my legs are smooth. Thank you very much.
I was actually talking to Tribble because I know she can hear everything in with the headphones on.
No.
Hey, we can all play a part in the show. Tribble, just let us know where you
Yeah.
need us. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I really be in love like every 2.5 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember you
I'm in
telling
love
me-
right now.
You
it's
had
not
said
working
that.
out.
It's not
so-
working out.
In Atlanta, there's some. I know you
No.
love it in Atlanta. There's some beautiful black
Oh
women
my
in Atlanta.
God.
Yeah.
I got like 12 numbers this past weekend.
Did you
What?
go to
Come on now.
Right.
Did you go to the Chris Brown concert?
No.
Man, you tripping.
You tripping? Now
You
you
tripping.
the man.
That would have
it
been
was-
the
gets
breeding
12
ground.
I went to- it
women's
was-
capital of the world.
Yeah.
Wherever Chris Brown
She got
goes.
12 numbers in one
It was
weekend.
Black
She could have
Pride
got
weekend.
double at the Chris
It
Brown
was?
I
concert.
never got
Yeah.
12 numbers in my life.
So Atlanta has 2 Pride festivals. One is
Mhm.
just Black Pride and one is regular Pride. So it was Black Pride weekend.
Oh, dope.
So all the black girls were at the girl events. And these are girls who like girls, you know. I've had my share of straight girls who would be at this Chris Brown concert. But
They
At
ain't-
least
they
you
ain't really-
knew
ain't- you
exactly
Like, nah, I'm
who-
trying
Yeah.
to be a little fetish right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something
in
long
Atlanta,
term.
it's full of real gay girls who are sexy.
Mhm.
So there you go. At
I'm
least you know
proud of
you
you,
were
Tribble.
within your. It's like we said before on a previous episode. Go to places.
Go to places, yeah.
where you know
Exactly.
there's
Be safe,
like-minded.
Be safe,
know.
Tribble.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
proud of
dead
you,
ass.
Tribble, because
Yeah.
a few episodes ago, you said you only like first timers.
No, I didn't say that.
You said that. You said so.
Pull up
You
the
did-
tape.
You got the tapes.
tapes.
You was joking, but you did say that.
Pull up
You
that
was
tape.
joking, but you did say that. That was wild, though. You was like, yeah, I
Hilarious.
like that.
Oh my God.
Pop a little cherries in my day.
Ciao. Well, on that note, let's go pay some bills and we're going to come back for the listener letters segment. Stay tuned, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Am I freaked out? Really, though?
Freaked out. We're the real freaks that you and kids.
I used to be scared of it. Now I throw lips to it.
You know.
Handle it like a real.
We know. We know. We just took it. You see how quick you little freaky?
Janet Jack me, take it in the bud. Yeah, that's
That's one thing she won't do. She will not do
That's
that.
a hard no for me.
So we uncut for a blood?
That is a hard no. That is a full stop. That is a red light.
Maybe we gotta do a whole episode on butt stuff.
I'm not a butt
Maybe we not.
though. That's not
We
my
have
thing.
the conversation just sparks.
It's not. Are you a butt guy? I'm not. That's just not my thing.
I'm not.
Stop people from being butt people because there's doo-doo in there. Stop it. You gotta end that. You're getting sick. Eating ass is killing y'all.
All right, we're back with our listener letter. I'm going to dive in. Hey, Kay and DeVal, I want to start off by saying thank you both for all that you share and sacrifice, and I pray God continues to cover, bless, and heal you both continually. Thank you. I received that.
Appreciate that.
I am single. I do not have any kids yet, but I want them. I do not have a potential spouse yet. I'm currently earning my doctorate and will be done in January. My friends say that when I'm in school, I only focus on school and I don't date. It wasn't until my 30s that I realized dating is difficult for me. I want to go out to the correct spaces so that I can date, but it's extremely comforting staying at home and not getting hurt again or dealing with having to sift through potential men. I prefer to just meet my husband and be done, but reality. I was not raised being taught how to date. I was raised in strict homes. I was told that I couldn't date in high school and college.
Wow.
So the concept of dating was studied instead of a learned experience. I bought my first home in Atlanta, leaving my hometown of Birmingham. What advice would you give on how to break my comfortability in dating? First of all, you moved to Atlanta, honey. I don't know what the prospects are like here in Atlanta for straight women looking for straight men. However, breaking comfortability in dating. It's been a lot of dating questions lately. So what are we saying? Do you know what you want for your hot 360?
I'll say this. This is something that we don't talk about enough, but we're talking about a generation of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds who had to deal with mass incarceration, right? So we're dealing with a lot of black homes who don't have the father in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a fact. Like that's something that we had to deal with from the 80s up until now. It's 2025, so that's 40 years, right? So a lot of people that we're talking to come from single parent homes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come from a single parent home, you don't watch men and women interact every day. So it's when people are asking about dating advice, it's because they don't really know. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we as a community of people have to start talking about the courting process. The courting process was a thing.
I know. It seems kind of obsolete now,
go
right?
to someone's house, ask their parents if you could take them on a date, take them out on a date. The date is not transactional where something's required on every first date. It was like, let me just get to know you on this date and let's see what happens. It's like all of that first part of dating has just been removed.
Yeah, it seems like people are just in it for getting something out of it.
Sex,
off the first
meals,
date.
or a lifestyle.
That's why I call Instagram a dating app, because you presumably know so much about a person already just by scanning their timeline. And then you go on a date and you want so much more. Meanwhile, you don't know this person at all.
Very true.
Yeah. I think men and women aren't always very comfortable with each other either. So it's hard to go sit across from a man at a dinner table and actually have a good conversation or enjoy their company doing anything. So that could be a reason why it's hard to date. You're not even used to spending time with the opposite sex, and you're like kind of awkward even about getting to the date.
Or is it even just being physically being present with somebody? Because I think we're all hiding behind phones nowadays, right? So just even the idea of getting out into spaces where you're interacting with someone in like a live real-time space.
Yeah.
It seems like, well, that's scary for some people because people are weird, but then also we're so accustomed to just doing everything digitally that I just think interactions in general have become awkward for people.
Absolutely.
Well, I think interactions are awkward because we've sensationalized the exceptions and the anomalies. Right? Only things you see on social media is if something crazy happens, it goes on social media and it gets reposted to where the exception or the anomaly becomes the norm. And to be honest, that's not the fact. Like what you see on social media is not the norm. It's an anomaly. It's an exception.
Yeah.
So imagine you're a young person and your idea of what dating is all of these exceptions, right? A woman getting flown to Dubai, right? A man that takes a woman on this wild trip somewhere, or even worse, a lady gets abducted somewhere. It's like all of these wild, crazy things is what you see as dating. It's fearful for people. You know, it gives you anxiety. I don't think dating has to be that extreme. I think it's something very simple.
It could be more casual.
I like you. You like me. You want to go get a cup of coffee?
Right.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Don't
People were like
overthink it,
turning down coffee dates
Yeah,
or like
they were
looking at
just
coffee
arguing
dates
about the
funny.
coffee dates.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying like, go for coffee. I don't want to go for coffee. But it's like, my nigga, as a man, I can see why you don't want to spend necessarily $200 and $300 on a date at some fine dining restaurant. Did you see the video of the girl that was eating the steak? And the guy got up and left in the middle of the date because of how she was eating her steak.
He recorded her. She stabbed the steak.
Essentially.
And
I would
picked
say
and
up
picked
with
it
her
and was
hand
biting it.
and was biting it.
That would
like,
be me.
like
leaving.
this.
And he left. and she said, "Hey, you've gone to the bathroom for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When do you plan on coming back?" And he said, "Never." You picked up the steak like, what did he say? Some sort of gorilla or something. You picked up the steak like some sort of
Like some
something
sort of like animal trying to eat the
Right.
steak.
And she was just like, "Oh,
I
if
can't believe you did
a
that.
real man would have told me how to eat the steak, you got to come back and pay for my
Nah.
meal."
Right.
Get
He
outta
said
here.
he paid
No, I
for
would have
his
just told
half.
you I'm leaving.
Hey, I would have said
A
I'm
real man
leaving.
would have said she's leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have said I'm leaving now. I would have probably covered the tab and been
Yeah.
like, "You know what? Thank you for
Yeah.
your time, but I'm
Yeah.
not interested." Dude was just like, "I'm not
I'm
doing
cool.
this."
Yeah, he
You
paid for his half, and then she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have money to pay for my half.
You need to come back and pay for my
Pay
half.
for my half."
It was still abnormal though. I don't fault him for walking out. That's
What, for
crazy.
picking up a steak and eating
Yeah, that's
like that is
crazy.
kinda crazy.
In a restaurant, yeah.
And
But
a fine dining
anyway, but
establishment.
If you can't go get a cup of coffee with me, we don't need to
belong
Right,
work
together.
together.
exactly. Because what are we doing here? The coffee is the easiest and the cheapest way to say,
It's-
you know what?
Yeah.
There's a vibe or there isn't.
And
Mhm.
too, I think you got to think about you're exchanging your time for this meal. So
Yeah.
if you go on a coffee date, that's potentially something that's really quick, or
Yeah.
it can extend into something else if you have the time.
Right.
Or after 30 minutes, you could be like, okay, well, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
nice to
it
meet
was
you.
nice. Yes,
I'm
true.
done with my
But
coffee.
if you got to get through appetizer, main course,
Exactly.
dessert, all that,
Yeah.
it's like,
Exactly.
damn, you know
And
what?
spend $400
People are
But-
silly.
to not
let's-
like you.
But let's be real though.
It's crazy.
We're hearing these things on social media. Once again, that's an exception. That's not a
Mhm.
real place. There are a
Mhm.
lot of real dates happening that we don't see because it's boring.
Right.
But the exceptions like that one we see, and everyone
Mhm.
thinks that's all dating.
Right.
I do want to say this because we talked about this before. The percentages of how many people say that they don't want to get married versus want to get married. I want to throw this out. It don't fucking matter,
You know?
right? If you're looking to get married and you want to marry one person, if half the population says they don't want to get married, so fucking what? So let that half of the population not be married.
And go
Mhm.
find you
Let them
someone
go
who
do
does.
what they want to do and find the other half that want to get married and focus on that half. And I really want to lead that charge on what we need to focus on here
Yeah.
now, right? Okay, so if people don't want to get married, if some men don't like women, some women don't like men, y'all have at it.
Mhm.
We're talking about the men who love and adore women and the
Mhm.
women who love and adore men, or men who love and adore men and women who love and adore women who want to be in monogamous relationships. That's who we're talking to.
Mhm.
Those people need to get together and go on a coffee date.
That could be like a
You know?
big party. Is that what they used to do with speed dating? Is it that
Yeah.
you like pretty much write down on your
Yeah.
name tag, like,
Yes.
you know, single, looking to be married, want
Yes.
kids? Like you put a pretty much a whole resume on, and then
Yes.
you just mingle with people who you can see, okay, our color coordination matches. I want this and you want
Like-minded
that.
Yeah.
people.
You know, it's funny. I was terrified of
That
speed
was-
dating because of watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm gonna sit down and say to all these women.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was gonna suggest for this listener letter. Find a speed dating event just to get comfortable sitting across from somebody and having an awkward conversation. And
Yes.
they also give you so many like guidelines to record what you like and what you don't like, and then that'll give you a chance to get comfortable with what you're looking for in a partner and how to look for that in the people you go on dates with.
I don't mind
Mhm.
that. I think that
Mhm.
makes the most sense. How do
Absolutely.
you get better at communicating other than communicating?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go on, get used to putting yourself out there. Hey, there's billions of people in the world, all right? We know half of these people don't want to get married, right? There's 8 billion people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 billion people who want to get married. I can find one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? and it may mean that I may have to go through a couple ducklings.
Yeah.
All right? Hey, I'm interested in this. You're not interested in that? Cool.
Cool.
Enjoy your time. I'm going to enjoy my time. It don't got to be a back and forth.
Right.
You know,
And it
even
don't
if-
got to be a convincing thing. Like
Right.
you're
Right.
not out there to try to convince somebody to think something else. No, that's not how
And
this
you're not
works.
choosing your husband or wife on the first date.
Right.
Go through the process.
Go through
But
the
also, I see
process.
something in here that said, but I'm extremely comfortable staying at home and not getting hurt again. Sound like they may not have healed from
Yes.
prior pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll be a step
That's-
one
yeah.
That's the
before
fair-
doing anything. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
has to
the fair
detoxify.
component.
Like that's but also she has to detoxify that her parents, you can't date in high school, you can't date in college.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they probably fed her with a lot of fear that
Mhm.
led to some of those,
Absolutely.
that anxiety, to which made it difficult for her to start dating
Yeah.
when she did start dating.
It can go one of both ways because my parents were super strict and they didn't allow me to date in, high school and whatnot.
Got
But
to
I said, I'm
college,
going to college, and honey, I'm
busting it
going to be
open.
outside. So I guess it just
Listen.
depends on your take on it because,
Oh, I took it.
then I got back clearly you did because
Right.
I was giving it up. All All right. Good luck to you as you get out there in that dating space. You know, we hope and pray that you find exactly what you're looking for. All right, y'all. We're looking for y'all to write in for listener letters. We enjoy hearing from you. And if you haven't been featured yet and you want to be featured, of course, it's all anonymous and all that unless you want us to shout you out. Email us at theellisadvice@gmail.com.
That's TheEllisadvice@gmail.com.
Hey y'all, guess what? We wrote a book, We Over Me.
Available in hard copy, audiobook, and ebook wherever books are sold.
You better get your copy now.
Guess we're not shooting a commercial.
Dad, what you making? Oh.
Right now?
Yeah. Right now. Lunchtime, guys.
All right, time for the moment of truth. We're talking Hot 360 today. Lots of really great revelations, I think. You know, realizing that Hot 360 might be a detoxification of self and how that evolves over time.
You took my thing.
Sorry.
I'll start then. It's simple.
Go ahead.
I'm going to steal from Josh's thing. Hot 360 starts with
the whole time he like,
detoxification of
that
self.
was my thing. I'm like, nigga, didn't I say that?
That's the overarching
you
moment,
definitely-
too.
you
You sure
definitely said
did.
it.
I was just
stole
trying to recap, but DeVal just stole it.
No, I stole it.
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to go first.
Okay, go ahead, baby.
It was good, though. The detoxification from self.
Okay,
That's how you
exactly.
start with Hot 360. You find out what your issues are. You learn how to heal first, and then you look for someone who you think is hot based on healing first. But if you haven't healed, all the things you think are hot, you may not want them later on once you heal. So
Yep.
heal
There you
first, baby.
Who's up next? Moment of truth.
Let Josh go last. Everybody's still here.
So silly.
Actively listen.
Got him.
That's
I like
another
that
Josh
one, Matt.
one.
Came up with that one by yourself?
Original.
Off the top, baby.
Original. Accent on the owl.
Yo, stupid. All right, my moment of truth is when I was a boy, I did boyish things.
Yes.
When I'm a man, I do things that only men do. And I can do that because there was a point in the episode that I brought up. I can't remember what it was, but just go with that. Just don't do boyish things if you're a man.
I like that one.
First Josh 1 and 3.
Joshua 1 verse 3. I like that.
I'm going to refer to Josh as my pastor now.
Literally.
And the actual scripture is when I was a child, not when I was a boy. I spoke as a child.
Yes.
I'm going to look directly into the camera for this one. If you want to marry me, hit me up on Instagram. I'm taking Insta proposals at this point. Doesn't really matter. You got a job? Are you sexy? Are you kind? That's it.
I love that. Exactly.
Take
Hot
Insta
360.
proposal.
It's the proposals is
proposals.
amazing. And I'll be here to sift through Tribble's DMs. So you got to get through me first
Yeah.
to get to Tribble.
I'm
Just
crying.
throwing that out there.
I'm crying.
Who was like, you know how on The Bachelor they got the dude in the suit that like
Yeah.
tells everybody what that's Kaden.
That's me.
on Hot 360.
I will be in a gown.
Yeah.
Triple. I
Looking
can
hot
tell you
360,
right
baby.
now, you could find a nice guy that would adore you.
I know. I mean,
You would.
The amount
I be
of men
thinking
who have
about
come
this.
and gone that ask about Tribble.
yeah,
These
every
hoes ain't loyal,
time.
Triple.
Every time another woman breaks my heart, I'd be like, if I could just find a man that I could boss around, I would be fine.
I'm sure there's
They're
someone
out
out there for
I
you.
mean, they are. I mean,
It won't go
Krista
right
got
there.
one, Anika got one, Kay got one. Shit, I mean, that's all we do as husbands. What do you
One went
Where we
downstairs
going?
right
Okay.
there.
Then we all be sitting there outside smoking, thinking about what your wife got you doing. I mean, I don't know. Check the calendar.
Come on, group therapy. I love that for
It's in
y'all.
the kitchen.
Facts. This balcony is group therapy.
Check.
Yo,
I know it is. That's why I never step foot out there when y'all be out there. I be like, you know what? Let them have their time. Let they have their little communal
That's
honey.
so funny.
Kay put a calendar up in the kitchen, bro. And I was like, what's this? And it was like a calendar for everything. I was like, oh, what's these colors? They was like, that's your color. You red. I said, wait, that's this shit for me to do? I said, I didn't know. And then Kay was like, go hit your button. And a whole bunch of shit dropped down with the red. Yo,
Let me tell
we
you.
got to go up and show that thing upstairs.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
that
One thing
calendar.
wives gonna do is boss husbands around. And we gonna sit there like, all
It's
right,
not bossing.
All right,
It's just
guess I
letting
gotta
you
do
know you're aware of the moving parts of this family. And essentially, we have 8 people in this house with 8 different moving parts. And I need to close a couple couple tabs in my brain, honey. So the calendar's there. Don't ask me no questions.
Right.
Period.
I can't even get mad because
Calendar period. Tell Devell to do this period.
That's
And-
literally me. Josh
And why is
knows.
my car so dirty? Period.
I am going to voice
Exclamation
text
point.
and voice
Exclamation
notes.
point! Exclamation point!
Exclamation point. Bold.
Didn't I tell you? Quote.
Yo.
Take that shit upstairs. Quote and quote.
That is me,
Yo,
honey.
that's the
Accountable.
I'm crying.
That is me.
because that be her. I'd be like, why don't you just call people? So I don't want to talk to nobody. I send them to
I
and
just
they
talk
know
to
what
my
do.
phone.
That part. Listen at your leisure, honey. All right, y'all. Be sure to find us on Patreon if you have not done so already. We love it over here with our gang. You get exclusive Ellis Ever After content as well as family content. You can find us on social media also at Ellis Ever After on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm Kadeen Niam.
And I am Deval.
I'm _Matt.Ellis.
And I'm Joshua _Dwayne.
I'm at Tribs the Cool, TRIBBZ, the cool on everything.
And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
And download.
Make sure you download,
That's
baby.
the fact, baby. And don't forget to get the rest of your Deadass merch. I think we have a couple things left.
Yes.
They're going like hotcakes, y'all. It's hoodie season, all right? Rack up.
Dead ass. Cut.
Ellis Ever After is an iHeartMedia podcast. It's hosted by Kadeen and Deval Ellis. It's produced by Tribble. Video production by Joshua Dwayne and Matthew Ellis. Video editing by LaShawn Rowe.